Really, Nancy? Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to KRSTV. This is your boy Kenny. Now remember, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell so you get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow all the information I have in the description box as well as the comment section. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. Now, before I get started with this review, let me send a special shout out to the GMHC crew, which is Gay Men's Health Collaborative. If you are in the DMV area and would like to get tested for HIV, reach out to us at the GMHC crew. You can reach out to us at the GMHC crew for an HIV home testing kit. You can have the kit mailed to you, or you can reach out to us at the GMHC crew and make a same-day appointment where you can come to our location to pick one up. And if you're interested in getting set up for PrEP, which is HIV prevention, reach out to us at the GMHC crew for that as well. Also, I gotta stumble there. Also, if you're a fan of KRSTV and would like to become one of my Black Diamonds, sign up for my Patreon today. Black Diamonds, because in darkness, we still shine. For $5 a month, you get all of my YouTube content and also videos specifically designed for my Black Diamonds that will not appear on YouTube. So sign up to my Patreon today. Also, check out my YouTube partner, BK WorldTube, which is the Black Netflix. You get everything from Love and Hip Hop to the Black Ink crew. So after you watch this review, check out that link in my description box and also in my comment section to check out BK WorldTube today. Now, this is the Oval Season 1, Episode 22, and the name of this episode is The Loving Parents. Yo, this damn ending, I am going to go in. So let's pick up this episode and let's start this review, because this damn ending had me gagged. So the episode picks up where, you know, Kyle has overpowered Max, and he pretty much picks up Yuma and uses her as a shield, and he shoots Kyle multiple times where, you know, he literally goes through the glass door. Then he throws Yuma down and literally lights her up with bullets, and then he plants these photos on Max and says that this is what I had, you know, asshole. And then, because I said he gets off on killing people because he's that evil. And then we see that he takes, you know, the car with the mattress and he drives it out somewhere and he blows up the car. So now the mattress and everything is destroyed. Then, you know, then we see Victoria and Hunter, you know, are talking, and she pretty much says they took it. And then like, Hunter's like, yeah, Kyle is handling it. I trust him. And she's like, you know what? You are giving them leverage. You know, I see, and she's like, and I see you being the help running. And she's like, and I can see you helping them run the asylum with your dumb ass. I was like, wow. I'm like, yeah. And due to the fact that it's pretty much apparent that Donald as well as Kyle are working with these operations, hell yeah, they're gonna be using Hunter after a while, because they got the 411. So I see where Victoria's coming from with this shit. She don't trust nobody in that White House because they knew everything. I mean, because when her mother came to her and she told her that she knew that Hunter was giving Denise, stocking tips and shit. That completely went over her head. Like, how the hell does she know that and you ain't even here? So she's like, she don't trust nobody in that administration or in that White House. She don't trust nobody. But Hunter right now ain't thinking about that shit. He's thinking about getting what he wants, mainly females, and them doing his bidding. So then we see that Richard is in the hospital, and we see that Barry is now out because Barry pretty much played the game and he got bailed out. So he's out, and him and his father have a conversation, and he's like, you got shot because of me. Like, no, you got shot because of Kareem's old simple ass. Yeah, you did kind of put your father in danger, but you didn't get shot because of your daddy. You got shot because of Kareem. But then Richard is like, look, you're okay, I'm okay. We're going to get through this. And then, like, Barry is like emotionally shooken up, and he's like, I didn't know that I would do that. And he's like, I know, son, but you got to learn to control your rage. And he's like, it's just my daughter. He's like, I know. So I'm like, the only one who gets it is Richard. And shout out to Javon Jackson, who plays Richard. He did some good ass acting in that scene. And you can just see he genuinely loves his son. And I was so here for it. And he pretty much said that, Sam had told him everything. And he tells Barry, look, you need to keep your head cool. Because he knows why he's upset. But everybody's like, I don't get it. Why is he acting like this? And it was just making me mad to keep hearing them do that. I'm like, if y'all don't sit down and shut the hell up with this. Like, the man lost his daughter. Anybody who loses their child is not going to be in their right state of mind. But Richard gets it. But it lets him know he need to keep his head cool. He need to calm down, because you're going to put yourself in another cautionary situation, and you may not live. For real. So then we get a scene with Hunter and Kyle. And pretty much Kyle lets it be known that, I removed the mattress to protect you. And then he lets him know that, look, you need to talk to the first lady. And he tells him to hurry back and, be ready to pull your pants down. And Kyle's like, okay, sir. Really, sis? That's what we're doing? And then Hunter was like, seriously? What the hell? He's like, sir? He's like, dude. Like, you weren't supposed to say yes, sir, to that. Like, what the hell is your problem? He's like, but, he said, would you say yes, sir, to anything I asked? And he's like, yes, sir. Like, Cal is such a slut. And then he's like, man, you ruined the joke. When I said that, hurry back, with your pants down. You supposed to ask why, and I was like, yeah, why? Because I want to see how much ass you have left after Victoria's done chewing it. And he's like, and then like all of a sudden he's like, okay, I'll be back. And he thought he hung up the phone, but he was like, weirdo. And then Kyle was like, you need to push the white button on your phone. And then Kyle was like, what an idiot. I'm like, yeah, he's an idiot, but you ready to get down and give him lip service. Trifling heifer. Anyway, we get another scene where Gail is talking to Brian, the attorney. She's talking to Brian, and, of course he's recording everything. And Victoria yells for her, to open the door, and, for her to answer. And Gail is like, go away, leave me alone. And Brian pretty much is recording this whole thing. So he's like, wow, I'm about to get some goods now. That damn Victoria, with her mean ass, pretty much calls Secret Service for a sledgehammer. Your sledgehammer. Dun, dun. I'm like, oh God, she about to cause some mess. And then we see that Nancy is in the hospital. and she calls Beverly. Now, Beverly is the mother of Picky. Beverly is her sister, and Beverly is a drug addict. She's a straight up junkie. And pretty much, she calls Beverly and she's like, Beverly, do you know that Picky's dead? She's like, yeah, I was gonna call you. And she's like, what made you not want to call me after hearing about that? She's like, I don't know, I've been busy. And she's like, I was supposed to go down to, they called me to go down to St. Reed's to view the body in the morgue. And she's like, St. Reed's? I'm actually here right now. Have you been down here? She's like, oh, I was gonna go. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm like, she is drugged the fuck up. Like, Beverly is completely wasted. I was gonna down, but I didn't get the chance. And she's like, are you serious? She's like, won't you go see it? Like, you there? I mean, won't you go check? I mean, after all, he's more your responsibility than mine. I'm like, excuse me? Ain't you the mother of their child? So it's more your responsibility, sober the fuck up and go see about your kid who's dead, who's been dead for about 2 or 3 days. And then she goes in and was like asking Nancy, I need money, and she's like, I'm not giving you no more money. I've been giving you money for years. She's like, yeah. And she's like, you need to get yourself clean. And then that baby was like, I am clean, bitch. I was like, damn, junkie like a motherfucker, like, for real. I was cracking up. I was like, she's like, I am clean, bitch. I was just like, don't call me out my name, and I'm not giving you no money. And she's like, you better give me some money. She's like, or what? She's like, well, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And she's like, go ahead. She's like, is that what you want? I'm like, oh, this is some mess right here. I'm like, Nancy, what the hell is going on here? And then we see that she actually does go and view the body of Picky, and she literally damn near passes out, and she confirms that it's him. So then we see that Lily goes to see Bobby, and she's like, I can't do this. I can't go through with this. And she's like, can I trust you? And she's like, she tells him that she wants to get out of this situation. And he pretty much says, yeah, yes, we can do that. You'll be safe. Stay here. You'll be safe, hidden and protected. She's like, just file the papers and I'll take care of the rest. And, yeah, but she says that, give me your car keys, give me your phone. You have to leave everything where it is, because he's pretty much like, look, I got a cabin where we can go, and we can go there, you'll be safe. And, he kisses her and all that. So I'm like, Bobby in love, boy. Like, he gonna protect Lily. So I'm like, and I'm rooting for Lily to be protected, because Lily didn't sign up for this shit. And we know that damn Donald is a maniacal piece of shit that literally lured her into a marriage of lies, and it was only for his own prestige, and he didn't give a damn about her livelihood at all. So then we see Donald and Alan interact, and he pretty much, was like questioning, like, how did Gail get access to contact the lawyer? And then, like, Alan pretty much says that, yeah, the reason why she was able to do that is because she used the president's Wi-Fi, and pretty much there was some disturbing images of violent bondage porn. And I'm like, it's that damn Jason. Like, Jason gives off this negative sexual energy. Like, he walks around naked, and the way he looks at Jean, like, he just has this very dark sexual fervor that he's trying to explore. Like, he wanted to know where all the maids stayed and all that shit. So I'm like, just from studying that, I knew immediately that was Jason. because Jason is a horny nut basket, but he likes violent bondage porn, which is some perverted shit. Lily called it. And pretty much Donald gets word. Pretty much Alan says she's online right now. So immediately Donald and Alan go, go in to they pretty much go after Gail, but on the way there they run into Victoria and the sledgehammer. She's literally dragging the shit, and she's just got this mean, sinister look on her face. She's ready to break that damn door down. Like, you just see how evil Victoria is. And Donald is trying to stop her, but she is not paying him any attention. It gets to the point where he just literally takes the sledgehammer from her, and, they go back and forth, and he actually stands up to her. And he's like, no, you're not gonna do this. Are you crazy? Like, no. Like, and then pretty much they go back and forth, and, she's trying to overtalk him and trying to put him down. And he's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why is everything a competition with you? Childhood trauma. She had to compete with her siblings. She always had to make herself stand out. And she's psychologically and emotionally damaged. That's pretty much why. There you go. You got your diagnosis. Now give me my check. And then finally Hunter shows up. And then here it is. Victoria's like, fire him, Hunter. Talking about Donald. And he's like, no, I'm not firing him. And he pretty much says that, look, Gail is right now talking to that attorney. Like, this will be a great opportunity for the two of you to come off as caring parents. Because I'm pretty sure he's recording everything. And then let me get the key, and and then you guys can go into the room. And then Hunter looked at Victoria and is like, he just saved your ass. I'm like, yes, he did. Because he's like, and then because Hunter was like, seriously? You're going to come up in here with a sledgehammer? You're going to ruin history? That door's probably older than all of us in here, and you're going to damage that just to get to Gail? Like, you was about to make the situation worse. You was about to play right into the bullshit because you can't control your damn anger. And then pretty much, she's like, yeah, but, if your password is secure, how do they know that she's online? So I'm like, she's kind of letting me know, like, bro, you up here trusting these motherfuckers. They got your number. So then we see Gail and Brian are talking. She's like, are you still recording? She's like, quiet. Everything's really quiet right now. And I know my mother's on some crazy shit. So you're going to see how crazy she really is. And Donald comes back with the keys. And then Victoria lets him know, if you ever talk to me like that again, I will pay someone to fuck you up. And he's like, yes, ma'am. She's like, no, you didn't hear me. I didn't say pay someone to fuck you. I said that someone's gonna fuck you up. And I was like, oh, that damn Victoria is so evil. I was like, damn. And she's like, is the line disconnected? He's like, no. And Donald's like, nah, we need to leave it on for a few days just so he won't think it's suspicious. So they literally put on that united front. They take the key and unlock her door. And Brian is overhearing everything. And they literally play it up. They talk about Picky. And, we're going to get you some help, sweetheart. We love you. And I know you're sad about Picky passing away, but we had nothing to do with that. Our regards to his family. And they literally played the wholesome couple to the point that Brian just shut it all down. So Gail's little plot to emancipate herself has literally went down the toilet. Just like that. So because of Donald, they got a hold of the situation and they just shut that whole thing down. So pretty much afterwards, Victoria and Hunter go back and forth, and she's like, wow, you were great in there. And he's like, yeah, I've been faking it with you for years. Yeah, but then Hunter was like, yeah, but you're not as good as I am. And she's like, and what about Cal? She's like, oh, it's handled. And she says, keep trusting these people. And she's like, trust? I sleep with you every night, don't I? Like, and she's like, yeah. And if I could get away, I would have buried a knife in your chest a long time ago. I love their back and forth, man. They are crazy. So then we see Diane and Ellie. Diane pretty much tells Ellie to go home, but Ellie's like, I still got work to do. And she's like, little girl, I said get the hell out of here. And she continues to bully Ellie. And she's like, look, I'm not going to keep taking this from you. I'm not lifting up my dress. And if you keep doing this, I'm going to the HR about sexual harassment. She's like, oh, wow. The little whore has a clapback. I'm like, Diane is evil as hell. But I was here for Ellie standing up for herself because Diane was really out of line and out of order. Completely. You don't even know whether those panties are hers or not. You just immediately assume because you saw her in the that she was in the Oval that she was screwing the president. And you have no proof. But some panties, and they could belong to anybody. Everybody know that Hunter's a hoe. But then she's like, but don't worry. I'm going to get these results in 24 hours. So then we see that Diane goes to see Donald on her way out. And we come to find out that her and Donald have been friends for a very long time. They've been friends for years. So Donald is the one that brought her on to be a part of that team that covers Hunter because Hunter is a hot ass mess. And she's like, let me ask you a question about him. Does he have sex in the Oval? And she's like, we've been friends for a very long time, haven't we, Diane? She's like, okay, that answers my question. It's a yes. I'm like, yeah, Hunter's reckless as hell. So then, Donald has a conversation with Alan, and he pretty much says, has Lily called? And he's like, no. And pretty much, Alan's like, so pretty much he asks Alan, like, is love working for you? And he's like, well, I'm good. But then he says that flowers always helps. And he's like, oh yeah, you're so naive. I'm like, he ain't naive. Flower usually does help, but in your case it won't because you're in the closet and no flowers is not going to make Lily happy. Because Lily is the flower that you practically have wilted because you got her into your bullshit. But he tells him to go home or whatever. And we see afterwards Donald calls Lily to leave a message. It's like, I hope you didn't do what I think you did, and all that shit. So then we see Hunter and Ellie. He comes to her office, and he tells her about Diane, that she's being that she thinks that something inappropriate happened between us, and she found some yellow panties, in the Oval, and that she says that if the DNA comes back that it's mine and it's that I'm fired. So now Hunter has a wind of this shit, and you can just tell that he's definitely smitten with her, and he's like, I will deal with Diane. I'm like, yeah, he want her close to him. So we already said he wanted to fire her ass, but not realizing she's on the team for a reason because she's there helping to clean up all your shit. So then we come to find out that Alan and Ellie are actually a couple. And they're both aides. He's working for Donald and she's working for Diane, the press secretary. They all, he talks about how exciting it is to work at the White House. But she pretty much says that working for Diane is a living hell, And he's pretty much says that he enjoys working for Donald and all of that. And, they supposed to be going out for drinks or whatever. And, pretty much she said that she also had a meeting with POTUS, another word for the president. And he's like, well, why did you meet up with him? And, why would he be meeting with you? I mean, because she's just an aide. So, like, what the hell is going on here? And then while they're on their way out, she gets a text from Hunter that says that he needs more information and to meet him in his office. So she pretty much lies and says that, look, I got a report that I got to do for Diane, so I'll just meet you at the spot. Then we see Richard and Barry. He pretty much says, Dad, I think I heard something I wasn't supposed to hear. And I think he was talking about Denise, but also that whole situation with Gail and Picky. And then Nancy comes in, and she is on one. She is pissed. And she immediately, he pretty much says, hey, Ma. And she's like, oh, you're out. And he's like, yeah. And Richard's like, yeah, it's a good thing. And she's like, I'm not convinced of that. And she's like, they like, what you mean? She's like, well, now the fact that you're out, I'm now convinced you did it. You told him that your cousin did it. You know he's here in the morgue. And then she starts recollecting like that boy didn't have a chance. I called my sister about him dying and she didn't even care. And she's like, we need to get him buried. And, he was like, well, we ain't got them. She's like, he was our family. Like, we need to bury him. And he's like, fine, I can pull from my retirement. And she's like, I got to make this right. And she's like, look, we tried the best we could by him. Richard's like, we tried to raise him. It's like, yeah, I know. But then you put him out. And she's like, yeah, because he started getting into all that bad shit, and it was rubbing off on Barry, and I had to save our son. And she was like, yeah, save our son, and you let mine die. I was like, what? And then her ass revealed that Picky was her son. I'm like, so you've been doing all this holier than now bullshit, and you had that in your back pocket, Nancy? Seriously? You've been judging your son, you was really short with Sharon, and you've been doing all this shit, and the whole time that boy was your son? And then worse, you had him raised by a drug addict? Like, damn. You just creating cautionary things for everybody, ain't you damn Miss Nancy? Like, you done created a situation for Barry by letting the damn Rackadoochies take Callie, and then you are the reason why Picky chose the life he chose. He was raised by a drug addict. It's not like he was raised by someone that was going to get him into Howard or Harvard. So, you're the reason why Picky had a rough life, because you wanted to hide your secret. So meaning, while that whole story she told to Sharon was a damn lie, you did give in to the man and you had a damn baby, and then you passed it off to your sister who was a drug addict, so he grew up rough. I'm like, oh, Nancy ain't shit. Like, that is fucked up. Like, honey, you had that secret in your back pocket, appearing that you were this faithful wife, and yet you had that secret, and yet had him raise him thinking that was his nephew, when really that was his stepson, and Barry and him were close, and now he realized that his cousin was actually his brother. And you got the nerve to be judging people, Nancy, with your Bible-toting ass? Have several seats, Nancy. You are on my list. Okay, that's what I got, y'all. If I missed anything, get down in those comments and let me know your thoughts. Because when she said that, I'm like, oh, Nancy ain't shit. Ooh, that was fucked up. But get down in those comments and let me know your thoughts. So until next time, everybody, take care. Can't believe this bitch.